Thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone. So nice to see all you smiling, vibrant looking faces out there. My name is Shauna Anderson, and I am a super proud independent consultant and regional vice president with this amazing brand. And for those of you that I haven't met before, I'm just going to give you a little snapshot of my background. So I'm 55 years old. I am in the best shape of my life. Thank you, Arbonne, because this is a very different version of me that you see today. And I started my business when I was 49. I thought I was pretty much over the hill. Life was done. I was frumpy, worn out. I'd survived, well, I hadn't survived a nervous breakdown in corporate. And I was looking for something, but I had no idea what it was. And so it's quite funny that I'm sharing, I guess, building your authentic brand, because my goal tonight is to maybe save you a little bit of time, anxiety, heartbreak, stress, because I did it all wrong in the beginning. And I think, we've come such a long way. My absolute jam is sharing how people can expedite their way through this business without that anxiety and stress. So I am super pumped to dive into the world of building your authentic brand. And tonight's going to be short and sweet, but it's going to be a great reminder of getting the foundations right. We're at the beginning of a new year. We're part of a new company, essentially. I know that Arbonne is 44 years old, but it is a new Arbonne. This is Arbonne version 2.0. Things are back to ease and flow like they were when I first started. And for those of you who have been around for a while, you'll know what I mean. It hasn't all been smooth sailing the last couple of years, but I am so excited about where this brand is going, the momentum that we have. And so my goal is to help you expedite to your goals, basically. So what we're going to do is kick things off by getting down to the nitty gritty, which is really, why the heck are you doing this business and what do you stand for? Because if we think about it for a second, we can't actually build an authentic brand if we don't know why we're doing this and we don't know what our values are. And so I'm going to encourage all of you. I know some of you may have done it, but go to the Success Start guide in the source and rework page 12 onwards, starting with your why. Like, really think about what gets you out of bed in the morning, what gets you pumped and ready to tackle the day. Is it about solving a problem? Is it about helping others and making a difference? Is it about creating a legacy business that's willable to your family? Or maybe it's as simple as earning extra money to cope with rising prices. And there's no right or wrong answer here. And then that is your why. That's the secret sauce that's going to fuel your entrepreneurial journey, so that when things get tough or when you have little speed bumps in the road, you go back to your why and why you're doing this. Okay. It's almost impossible to build an authentic brand if you haven't identified why you're doing this business in the first place. Like, what are your values and what lights you up? And I feel so passionate about this, because once we do this, everything falls into place. It ends up in ease and flow. And so let's talk a little bit more about the core of your brand, the values that make you tick. So what principles are non-negotiable for you? Is it honesty, integrity? Is it hard work? Is it having fun? Are you about being transparent and pushing the boundaries, or maybe you're about fostering a tight-knit community? So these values that you hold near and dear, these will be your moral fiber, the things that make you tick, and they make you twitch if you don't get them right. And when you end up in conflict with things that are not true to your values, you will twitch. Trust me. Okay. So this is what shapes your brand, but it also enables you to connect with your tribe. And the magic that truly happens when you connect with your people is found here. So, first of all, we need to start by veiling what our why is. So, what is the stuff that you absolutely love doing? And, sit down and write a list of 10 things that you absolutely love doing. What lights you up? For me, it's petting dogs. I am the person that stops people and wants to pet their dogs. I love going to the gym. I love great food. I love being around other positive people. Make a list of the 10 things. It might be like watching your child smile, or watching your child learn something for the first time, or seeing progress in your health journey. So your brand is an extension of yourself. So you need to align that with the things that bring you pure joy. So when we're doing the things that we love, that authenticity shines through and attracts not only customers, but a whole crew who gets your enthusiasm. Am I making sense here? So this is where we create a massive ripple effect rather than just looking for people with a pulse who want to buy a product. And I think, one of the most um, hard-hitting comments, or a really good thing that stuck with me recently, was sell the problem you solve, not the product. And in this business, authenticity is key. So, how many of you are waiting until you feel ready? You've got hair and makeup done, or you think you have something worthy to share. Can I get a show of hands? Like, how many of you are sitting there waiting? Amazing. Okay. I was just like you. Trust me. I would be to Emma, I gotta do my hair and my makeup. I don't really have anything to say. Trust me. If this is you, stop it. Stop it right now. I talk about the most random things because I'm real. People want to know how you're spending your time. They want to know, are they normal? Are they doing the same things as you, or is their life really boring? And our lives aren't boring. Our lives are full of all this amazing stuff, but sometimes we overthink it, thinking I'm boring, and then they go, "Oh, Emily was doing the same things as me. She's cool. I'm still cool." So people love real stories. They love genuine experiences, and then we weave the product into that. Okay. It's really walking the talk. And, I'm not going to sit there, put a picture of fizz and go, I'm drinking my fizz. But I'll be talking about my day authentically, and I'll happen to be drinking a fizz. I don't need to constantly be in, like a paid advertorial. So, thank you so much, Danica. I don't know where it's coming from. I just sort of sometimes open my mouth and you'll have problems shutting me up. But by digging into your why and holding on to your core values and then blending it with the activities that light your fire, you're setting the stage for a brand that's as real as it gets. And how lucky are we? Like, we are, brand ambassadors for products that people are using every single day. We can weave this into our daily life. This is a lifestyle brand. And, going back to the, who feels paralyzed by don't know, they don't know what to do on social media, and thinking they need to have hair and makeup and look perfect. Literally, I've come off the beach 20 minutes ago before it started. You do not want to see the back of my hair. I threw some dry shampoo in, and thank God for our amazing makeup. It does not need to be perfect, but the message that I'm delivering to you is from the heart. Okay. So this might be so hard to imagine, but I literally don't spend much time about what I'm going to say on my stories. I have one take. I very rarely will re-record it because it's the bloopers, it's the quirkiness that makes it, I guess, entertaining, appealing to people. And I always remember, in Marketing 101, um, you've got an average of 3 to 8 seconds to capture people's attention. Now, if I've got 3 seconds to capture someone's attention, I'm not going to spend much more than that delivering a message, recording something, because they're literally scroll, scroll, scroll. It's the consistency of those messages over an extended period of time that's going to really drive that message home. So I implore you, don't wait for things to be perfect. Honestly, once I let go of that, so much magic started happening. And it's literally like peeling back the layers of an onion. So, for example, if we go back to our why and really understanding it, this is the foundation. Like you guys need to get this right. It's so easy to say, I'm doing Arbonne because I want more money. But why? To take the pressure off bills. But why? What would that mean to you to take the pressure off bills? And just taking the layers back. Sometimes you need to go 7 layers deep to understand what your real why is and connect that to your heart. I used to feel unseen and unheard. But why? And what would it mean to you to know that you can make a difference? And all of this is so powerful because building your authentic brand is an ongoing journey. It is not a one-time thing. It's about looking inward, staying flexible, and keeping it real, and embracing what makes you stand out and letting that authenticity be the magnet that draws in your tribe. And here's the kicker, guys. Your why might change over time. I know. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, then you realize you need to do more work. Okay. For me personally, I started this business for extra money after leaving my corporate career due to a nervous breakdown, which I shared with you before. I had moved into roles paying minimum wage, coming from a 6-figure income, and I needed extra money. After a couple of years of doing this business, I had the extra money, and then it became about my transformation and the community and the gift that I could pass on to other people. Okay. So now let's talk about something real that probably hits home or probably hits so close to home for many of us, and it's the comparison game. So, and this is totally the thief of joy. Okay. I've been there, I've done that. Let me tell you, it's a tough game to win because it's rigged from the start. Okay. So picture this Emma Waitis over there. I see you, girl. Super light, well respected, corporate accountant. She looks like a freaking supermodel. She's 17 years younger than me. So naturally, my brain starts to do this crazy dance. Okay. Can you feel me on this? I know you can, okay, because we all have an Emma Waitis in our life. So my brain starts doing this crazy dance. I think when I start this business, I need to be just like her because I want to get the love and the followers. Okay. Have you ever been there? And it's like falling into this trap where you forget that you are awesome just the way you are. Emma's cool. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Emma is super cool, but so are you. And we're all on our unique journeys. And trying to fit into someone else's shoes doesn't cut it. Okay. And I've learned the hard way that by comparing myself to Emma or anyone else for that matter was like signing up for a joy sucking marathon. Okay. It had me second guessing every move, questioning my worth, feeling like I was never quite measuring up, feeling like I didn't do the coolest little Instagram lives and stuff. And the world doesn't need 2 Emmas. It doesn't need 2 Shaunas or two of anyone. It needs one of you exactly the way you are. Okay. And if you find yourself getting caught in that comparison trap, take a step back and remember that your journey is yours alone. Your strengths, your quirks, your uniqueness are what makes you stand out. And authenticity beats imitation any day, hands down. Okay. So let's talk about consistency because we hear that a lot in this business. But this is the secret sauce. Okay. So not only consistency in posting on your story and your feed or whatever platform you choose to deliver your messages. I'm going to refer to a Linda Parker quote that I heard. I think it was my second conference with Arbonne, and it was just classic. It was one of those mic drop moments for me. So Arbonne is certainly or can certainly be a part-time business, but it is not a sometime business. Oh, if you really have goals in this business to change your life, think about how you're showing up for yourself. Okay. Are you expecting big change in your life and showing up to trainings and conferences and team events when it suits you, or are you all in? No disrespect to anyone that's happy just making some extra money and running it as more of a hobby to help others. And you've got things that are getting in the way right now. But if you are looking to level up and you've got big goals for transformation within yourself and within your business, it requires a different level of commitment. And this is part of authenticity as well. If you're going to set a goal and you are authentically showing up for that goal, would you only show up when you have the time and it doesn't interact or interfere with anything else that you have on your schedule? And I always liken it to, I always wanted Arbonne to be my job, my primary source of income, which it is. So would you show up to work or university only when you have the time or when it doesn't interfere with social events and then expect those high level results? For the gym goers, would you show up to the gym occasionally and expect results? Would you only eat clean half the time and expect a new level of health? So consistency is the key to everything. Um, and this is a great chance to really look at your life goals across your pillars and determine, like, be real with yourself. Are you putting in the reps to achieve your goals? Okay. Now, similarly, if you've achieved a result, whether it's promoting to district manager or promoting to area manager or a fitness goal. I'm driven on the fitness side of things. So let's say you've achieved a particular result, whether it's gym, business, raising children to a certain age. Do you stop when you get there? Of course not. There's a certain amount of effort that's required to maintain that new level of yourself. So I started this business because I wanted to earn some shoe money and hang out with Emma. In the 6 years, I've built a life that I probably didn't even dream of because I started showing up authentically as myself. And the last year has been the most difficult year of my life, navigating being with my father when he passed away, separation of an 18-year marriage, leaving the family home that still hasn't sold with only belongings in my car, and moving to two different cities. And now I find myself flatting at the age of 55 for the first time, I might add. I've never been flatting. So this year has been uncomfortable. But I'm so grateful to my Arbonne business, my team, the supportive friendships that I've gained through this business, but most of all through the personal growth. So I never would have been able to navigate these challenges without um, without all of this. I probably would have gone back to being a borderline alcoholic. But this business has created resilience, finance, friendships, and most of all, a purpose, all because I wasn't scared to be authentic and share the real me. So I love you to really, um, get real with yourself, determine what your goals are, figure out what your why is, and write a list of the 10 things that light you up, that make you shine so freaking bright. People are going to have to wear sunglasses to be around you. So that is your call to action. Write your why, the 10 things that light you up, and figure out what your goal is in this business. And let's just remind ourselves to embrace our own journey, celebrate our wins. Also, remember to celebrate the wins of others. Everybody loves a cheerleader. We're so good in Arbonne in doing this. Show up for yourself and remember that the joy is found in being true to ourselves, not in being a copy of someone else, because you are pretty darn awesome exactly the way you are. That's it from me tonight. Tag me in your stories, your goals, what lights you up. I would love to see um, what your purpose looks like. And I'd love to be your cheerleader out on the field as well. Good night. Thank you so much.